Hello everybody, I am Lizix, and today I'll be showing you how to set up and install Rock Band VR, Rock Band VR Enhanced, and how to install custom songs. A lot of stuff has changed since I did my first custom songs tutorial video, so I'm going to put that in here as well, because I think it's important. It's like the main reason you'd play this. It's Rock Band 4 on PC. With custom songs. So the first thing you're going to need, obviously, is Rock Band VR. If you do not have it, you can either install it from the Oculus store, you can still buy it, and all of the DLC, and your mileage may vary if it works. I think currently, you can download Rock Band VR and DLC, but in the past, it has happened where DLC will make your game impossible to install. And if you do have the game and you can't install it, I'm pretty sure there's workarounds to install from Oculus without the DLC, but if you don't want to spend money, I can't really tell you where to get the game. I can just tell you RBVR has the meets, but I wouldn't condone putting bit.ly / behind what I just said. With that being said, once you have Rock Band VR, the version that comes from the meets actually comes with Rock Band VR Enhanced pre-installed, which is pretty nice, but it doesn't come with something else you're going to need if you decide to sail the 7 seas, and that is Gammon. So what you're going to need to do, of course, if you got this from the meets, you probably saw a couple of other files right next to Rock Band VR, which is Gammon. You're going to have to drag the files in here. The password is cs.rin.ru. Enter that in. I'm using the Rift version because I have an Oculus Rift. But there's also a Steam VR version, which is what you'll need if you don't have an Oculus headset. So what you're going to want to do is drag in these two files, like that. And go ahead and replace them. And now, the game is pretty much ready to run, but there is one thing you're going to need, and I'll leave a link to this in the description, and that is going to be a blank save file. Because if you don't have a save file and you try to load the game, it will instantly crash. So I'll have the blank save files in the description, the download link. Same with the rest of the other tools. So I also have Rock Band VR Enhanced here. If you've installed the game from Oculus, then what you're going to want to do to get Rock Band VR Enhanced up and going is you're going to want to click on Releases over here and download this zip file. Double click it. And then you'll see this rbvrenhanced.dll. Just drag it into your Rock Band VR folder. I'll also leave in the description a complete Rock Band VR Enhanced.ini file that has all of the current config options that you can have. Here, for example, there's an option for the debug console, so you can see if anything goes wrong, or like what files are being loaded at what times. There's an option for non-VR mode. It doesn't really work, you can't move around or anything, but you can at least boot the game without a VR headset. Arcless, of course, that's the raw files, which we'll touch base on in just a little bit. And then, of course, for the debug console, do you want to show these things? And of course, you have an option to set custom colors, and it sets for every single fret, red, green, and blue, and I believe it's from 0 to 1 is the output for this. So if you have a RGB hexadecimal code, you can convert that to RGB 0 to 255, and then just divide that by 255 to get your output color that you want. Now, if you start the game now, you will realize that Rock Band VR Enhanced isn't actually loading. Well, that's because there's one more thing you're gonna need, and that's this dinput8 and DLLs.config files. This config file is specifically set up for me using Gammon, which if you're running this off of Oculus, you're not gonna need to do this. But if you are running this off of Oculus, you will need to change this, else you run into some conflicts and maybe like some sort of piracy error might show up. But drag this dinput8.dll and dlls.config file into your Rock Band VR install. I'll have a link in the description for those. Go ahead and edit the dlls.config file if you're running from Oculus itself and not downloading it from other places. And go ahead and delete this librevive line. Just clear it out so only RBVREnhanced is left. But since I am using Gammon, I'll leave that as such. And now you can just start up the game, then you're ready to go. You got the save files, you got Gammon, you've got Rock Band VREnhanced. What else is there to do? Well, there's a couple more things. If you want to go crazy and really get Rock Band VREnhanced to the max, you're gonna want my Rock Band VREnhanced launcher. This allows for custom track speeds, so you're not stuck with the default slow, no breakneck speed, and Rock Band VREnhanced patches. Now this is not as necessary, but they're fun to have. So for Rock Band VREnhanced launcher, go ahead and go to the Releases tab, click on the zip, save, double click, and go ahead and extract all to a folder. I'll just go ahead and show extracted files. There you go. And here's Rock Band VREnhanced launcher. Go ahead and open it up. There you go. And you can select patches. You can set your track speed multiplier. This check mark over here for use Rock Band 1 to 4 base track speed. This is for one of the patches. If you're using the non-VR track patch, you're going to want to select this. Otherwise, don't check this. Change your track speed multiplier. There's also options for custom highways, but it's a little bit jank. But if you select an image, it will work and you'll have a custom highway. Here, let me just go ahead and, just for fun, let's go ahead and grab one from Rock Band 3 Deluxe here. Out there, custom textures, highways, and let's just go ahead and use Rock Band 3 guitar. Go ahead and then once you've added all of your patches, which I'll go ahead and add some patches real quick. It's simple to add patches. Go to the Rock Band VREnhanced patches, which I'll have linked below. Everything I say, I'm gonna keep saying linked below. Everything's linked below, just in case you couldn't tell. Click this code button here. Click download zip. Save it. Double click. And again, extract all. Well, actually, this one you can just drag back into downloads. Now there are some unnecessary patches left in here, like the track speed patches. You're not gonna need to use these if you're using the launcher. If you're dragging and dropping these patches, which I don't think you should do anymore, but if you do that, just take those raw files, drag it into your Rock Band VR folder. That's unnecessary these days, especially with the launcher. But you can. I don't know why you would. So I'll go ahead and add in no fail. Let's go ahead and add non-VR track plus aspect ratio fix, which shrinks down the screen size and makes it perfect for using the non-VR track, and it looks exactly like Rock Band 4. Let's go ahead and do... I think that's all we need. That's the important things. Alright. So, after you've added your patches, change your track speed multiplier, which I will go ahead and do right now. Let's do 1.75. Pick your Rock Band VR folder. So you're gonna have to go find your folder. For me, the tutorial one is in F. There's the tutorial folder, Harmonix Rock Band VR. Click OK. And then you can click Run over here. I'll actually have to check use RB1 base track speed because I'm using the non-VR track, as you can see here. Applies the track multiplier, adds the custom highway, and you're good to go. You can see it loading in the raw files there. And there's the raw files folder, set up with everything you need. Didn't have to do anything. There's your Rock Band VR game window. So if you're just gonna set your VR headset down, there's also a way to play this game without a VR headset using Windows Mixed Reality. But it's a bit of a difficult process, and that's more of an advanced tutorial, which I might get around to later if I get enough comments asking me to do it. I'll go ahead and show it. So while this is loading, I guess I could talk about instrument support. This game supports every single Xbox 360 guitar, be it Explorer, Genericaster, Rock Band Strat, anything. If you have the wireless adapter for the Xbox 360 to PC, all of those will work. It's fine. You can also use a Rock Band 4 Xbox One guitar. I don't think the PS4 guitar works. You can also use PS3 Rock Band guitars, but not Guitar Hero guitars. I learned that the hard way. You can also, and I'll show you how to use anything that's not that here in a bit using X360 CE. Until then, the game has loaded. Even my cable. There we go. Got my guitar. Let's just go over to Quick Play here. And to get the most out of our stuff, go ahead and go into Quick Play. That's where most of this stuff applies. And as you can see, the Rock Band 3 highway has been applied. We are using the non-VR track as well. Now that's cool and all, but I know what you all are thinking. So you have to unplug the guitar to pause with the non-VR track. That's just a bit annoying. I haven't really found a workaround for that just yet. But now y'all must be wondering, how do you do custom songs? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's get started on custom songs. It's pretty simple. It's one step extra from converting to Rock Band 2 or 3 these days from Clone Hero. You just put it into Onyx. But it's not just Onyx that you need to use. But of course you'll need Onyx. I'll have that linked in the description. I already have Onyx installed. Most people in rhythm gaming should at this point. Come on now. So I'm gonna grab a couple of custom songs. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I'm feeling a little egotistical. I'm gonna do my own song. I'm gonna do my own self-made. Let's do Battle Theme. Batch process. Or I guess you could also just click load a song. But go ahead and drag Battle Theme in. Select RB3. Yeah, I know. We're converting to Rock Band 3 first. This is a bit redundant. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Create an Xbox 360 con file. Let it do its thing. And while that's going, let me show you the other thing that you're gonna need to install. I'll have this linked in the description, of course. It's LibForge. What you're gonna want to do to download LibForge, scroll down until you find this blue app layer here. Click it. And then click on Forge Tool GUI 0.1. It might have changed by the time you're watching this video, but for now it's 0.1.8. Click it. Once that's done, open up the zip file, extract all. So extracted files when complete. You don't have to show them when you're complete, just know what folder you extracted it to. And once your Onyx converting is done, which it seems to be done, you can go ahead and close out of Onyx now. Open up Forge Tool GUI. Click on Convert RB3 Customs to RBVR. Drag in your RB3 con into this white box here. Go ahead and then you pick your output folder, which is just your RBVR folder. And scroll down until you find your Rock Band VR folder. Click it. There you go. You can also build as raw files if you want to add to the main arc. I already went over this pretty much in my previous tutorial on how to add it to the arc. I'll go ahead and add that part in here, but it's pretty much, instead of converting with the console, you use the GUI, you click build raw files, and you build. That's the only difference. You still have to go into the console, the command line, to actually add it to the main arc. I'm just gonna make it a regular old arc file, not added to the main. So just click build, it converts. Easy as that. And you're done. And if I go ahead and look at my Rock Band VR folder, scroll down, there you go. Battle theme. Now if I open up Rock Band VR, this also happens sometimes where if you're running some raw files, the game will not boot first try. That's especially noticeable if you have the debug console open. The console will open and then just pretty quickly close. Just try and open Rock Band VR again, and it will eventually boot. Play here. If you couldn't tell, I'm not actually wearing the VR headset. I'm just have it set on my lap. I'm gonna scroll down, and there it is! Battle theme! Now if I play it, also keep in mind that there is no in-game calibration. You are going to have to open up this config.json file. Just open it in any text editor, and the first thing you'll see, it should be right at the top here, is your audio-video calibration. The audio-video calibration, especially if you're running off of your monitor, would probably just be the same as your Clone Hero calibration. Just remember that Rock Band is a stricter engine. So anyway, there's your calibration. If you're using a non-Xbox 360 guitar, if you're using something like a RAFnet or a PS3 Guitar Hero guitar, all you're gonna need to do is use Xbox 360 CE. It's set up pretty much exactly the same as another game for PC, Guitar Hero 3. I'll give a link in the description for a good version of Xbox 360's controller emulator. It's the 64-bit version. You're gonna go, before you start it, make sure you rename your dinput.dll file. You can just remove the 8 and put it in afterwards. Put it back in once you're done editing X360C. If you don't put it back in, your game won't boot. Your game might not boot. You definitely won't have Rock Band RBVREnhanced, and Gammon won't load. So just go ahead and do that. Go ahead and open up X360CE. I'm actually using, go ahead and create this DLL file. I'm actually using an Arduino guitar, which means this isn't exactly necessary, but I'm just using it here as an example. So go ahead and press green for the A button, red for the B button, and then X is your blue, Y is your yellow, and left bumper is orange. Back, select, start, and then D-pad down, D-pad up, stick axis X for whammy, and stick axis Y would be for tilt, but since this is an Arduino guitar, it doesn't have tilt. Under advanced here, you're gonna want to make sure your device subtype is set to guitar alternate. And once you're done, go ahead and save. Once you're done there, go ahead and go to game settings. Just make sure your rbvr.exe is using 64-bit version 1.3, the X input file. It'll put that there, and next time you start up Rock Band VR, you may or may not hear a chime. If you hear the chime, that means X360CE is running, and your guitar should show up in game. There's also a patch in Rock Band VR Enhanced, or in the patches, there's also a patch to use just any old controller as a guitar, quote unquote. It's not actually gonna work like a real guitar, but it will work like it does in Guitar Hero 1 and 2 and 3 if you plug in just any old controller and try and play those games. So there you go, custom songs, RBVR Enhanced, which helps for custom songs. Really, if you're playing Rock Band VR, you might as well install Rock Band VR Enhanced. It just makes your life a whole lot easier. I don't think that there's anything else to go over. If you need help installing this or anything, if you need clarification, go ahead, feel free to leave a comment. I'll respond eventually. Hopefully you enjoy Rock Band VR, and peace out.